Okay, I received the question, how do you prevent your rods from busting through your rod pocket when you've used your rod or used your flags for a while? I'll put a little picture in here of what I am talking about. So sometimes our rods can come through for several reasons. But usually, the reason the rods are busting through is because you have a lot of friction, a lot of rubbing while the flags are being moved. So it causes there's some wiggle room, there's some movement inside, which over time will wear a spot down. So the best thing I have found to prevent that is, for one, you need to make yourself a little pocket. And you can see I've done that here. I've made a little pocket um, for the rod casing. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to fold over. I have one underneath it, so I'm making sure they're the same length. I'm just going to fold it over, hit it with a hot iron. And then I put a little bit of fusible tape on mine just to hold them in place until I get ready to sew them. And if you've seen my other video on how to sew rod pockets, that will show you the rest of this process. I'm not going to go through all of that. So basically, we're going to, so now that fusible tape kind of holds that together, you see. So basically, we are going to, wait a second, I've got to find my lighter because I haven't heat sealed these ends. And if you don't heat seal the ends, then you could get some fraying, and it's not bad, but it doesn't look nice. So you want to make sure that's not going to fray over time as you use your flags. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn these into a pocket, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fold this over. And like I said, just go watch my other video if you need to, but we're going to fold this over, iron it all the way down. And what that's going to do is create a little pocket in here so that when we stick the flag in, the flag's actually going to go in that little pocket there. And then we're going to stitch along this edge once we have this attached to the flag. So we'll attach to the flag, we'll stitch along this edge, we'll put the rod in the opposite side. And of course it's going to stop, but it's got this little pocket that's going to hold it in place. And then I'll show you, once we get that done, how to stitch your rod pockets in order to keep your rod from wiggling around. So basically I'm going to teach you how to stitch a tight rod pocket. Once you have your rod pocket onto your silk and ready to be sewn, you're going to stitch right about here. So I would say, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch, not even 1/4 of an inch in. So you're going to do your first stitch here. And I'll take you to the machine and show you, but it's easier for me to try to tell you right now. So you're going to do your first stitch right about here. And then you're going to line the right side of your presser foot up with the stitch you just made, and you're going to make a new stitch. And that stitch is going to go right about here. So you're going to have one about 1/2 inch from the original seam. And then once you have both of these seams in place, you're going to put your rod in, and then we're going to use a special tool, a special presser foot on the sewing machine, and we're going to sew along this edge while the rod is inside the pocket. And that's going to tighten this up so that you don't have all that wiggle room, which will prevent your rods from poking through over time. It won't stop it completely. It really just depends on how aggressively you flag. But overall, it should prevent it for the most part, or at least prolong prolong it. I mean, I've had flags for years that have never come through, and then I've had some flags that, you know, do come through over time, but I feel like this is just the best method, especially when you tighten it up. We won't tighten it all the way to the very end where the end caps are. I feel like it's best just to kind of tighten it in the center, but I'll go over that when we get to the sewing machine. I'm going to go ahead and stitch up 2 lines, and then I'll show you how to tighten up the line here. Okay, you guys are going to have to give me grace on this one because I am literally holding my camera tripod. It's not technically a tripod, but anyways, I am holding it in my lap in order to hopefully give you the best view of what I'm doing. So I have my flag here, and what I'm going to do is stitch along this area first, from here all the way to the other end of the flag. That'll be my first stitch. So what I'm going to do with my needle is I'm going to move that needle all the way over to the right, and then I'm just going to increase my stitch length. All right, so now that I have my needle moved, now I can't see because I have this camera in front of me, so I'm going to have to duck down. All right, so you see how I'm lining up the presser foot, the right side of the presser foot with the ribbon here? So we're just going to start there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward and backward a minute just to lock those stitches into place. All right, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to stitch down this entire line here. Okay, so the first stitch is in all the way down. Now we're going to do the second stitch. And so I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to move it all the way over to the far left. All right, and so now that I have the needle moved to the far left, I am going to take the presser foot and line up my stitching with the presser foot and drop that down, and then I'm going to forward, backward over the entrance, forward stitch, backward stitch. That way we can lock this whole thing into place. And then I am just going to stitch all the way down to the very end. Okay, so I have both of my lines stitched, and so the next thing I need to do is switch out my presser foot. Take that out, and so now I am using this presser foot. Oh my goodness. And this is a corded presser foot. So it's got a hole in the center. All these little dots are where I have failed to move my needle and I've jammed it into this. Broken many needles this way. So because it has a single tiny hole in the middle, you have to make sure your needle's in the middle. Also, this presser foot is a universal presser foot that I got in a universal kit. And so it's not great. It's not 100% accurate for my machine, but it works. And I have not looked for one for my Singer. Anyways, it does the job. I just have to go slow so that I don't mess my needle up or break my thread, because sometimes my needle wants to rub against the metal just a little bit, even when it's in the right position. So anyways, so basically I will attach this presser foot here. And this one takes a little bit. There we go. And let me see if I have something to stitch on. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find my spider that I stitch on, and I can't find it. It's okay. I have something else I can use. Yes, this is an old bag. I think I've used it before. Anyways, it looks like. All right. So basically, I'm just going to do a stitch to get the needle through the hole. And I have to make sure, see right now, my needle is over to the left, and it will most definitely hit the presser foot. So I need to get my needle back into the center. All right, so now my thread is through the center and we can get started. So basically, I have to put the rod in the pockets, and as soon as the rods get in the pockets, we're going to put the rod underneath this far left groove, and we're just going to stitch a tight line all the way down. Currently, my sewing desk is against the wall. I've moved to a new location since I was doing flags before, so I'm going to have to, every time I sew a rod in, I have to move my desk. So I'm going to move my desk away from the wall. If yours is against a wall, you'll need to move it away as well, because that rod is going to go straight. And you also want to make sure that you have space behind you, so you might have to sit on your chair sideways to get your rod straight as it goes into the machine. Okay, so I have both of my stitches here. The pocket that we made when we were ironing this end shut, it is inside of that pocket now, and so it won't come through on this end. And we stitched together the other end across this way to prevent it from coming out. And so now we're going to, so this is where our cap is. Our cap ends right here. So I'm going to start down a little ways, and I'm going to see how I'm tightening that rod against the pocket there. So it's a little hard to show you on the camera, but I'm going to do my best. So basically, we are going to slide our pocket in there. And so you can see, I hope my fingers are not in the way. Let me come up and go down a little bit. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I'm going to pull on it, but I'm not going to pull so hard that it is messing up my machine or bending my needle. I'm going to keep this hand right here. I can't even see what I'm doing because this camera or phone holder actually kind of blocks my part of my view. So I hope you can see what I'm doing here. So you see that, the rod right here. And I'm going to kind of keep my fingers here to allow the pocket to stay tight, to prevent any wrinkling up in here. Although wrinkling from time to time may occur, that's not my goal because I think it is not aesthetically pleasing. So basically, we're going to sew down here, and I'm going to kind of keep my hand on this side to kind of keep it pulled tight. You don't really want to pull here because you don't want to pull on your stitches. And I'm going to pull, kind of hold onto this part, hold on to this part, and kind of help guide it through. All right. Sorry, all the wiggling. I'm holding this in my lap. I'm definitely no videographer. All right. Remember, we're going to do a few stitches forward, a few stitches backwards. That helps to lock your stitches into place. Ouch, that hurts. Keep your thumb out of the way. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. Okay. Okay, when I'm all finished, I'll show you what we have. Okay, when you're all finished, you have your 3 lines. You don't necessarily have to have all 3 lines. I just feel like it looks neater and more put together and more professional. So yeah, so now your rod is in there nice and tight, and you're not going to have that friction from it rolling around. So this is where we sewed that one in together. And then we stopped right about here. So we didn't go all the way down, and the same goes for this end. We stop right here. We don't go all the way down. And that keeps a lot of the pressure off of this. We're going to be holding our flags here anyways. So it really should help prevent your ends from popping loose. All right. If you have questions, please feel free to leave them below and I'll try to help you as best I can. See ya.